Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me here at Esther 5D Energy. It's been a couple weeks since I posted anything. My internet's been out. They had to come and repair it because of all the bad weather. There was some damage to it, and we ended up having to replace some equipment. So that took some time. So I'm back online now. I'm going to go into channel and see what the guides have to say. Thank you for listening to this message, and it's good to be back. And this vessel steps back. And we step forward as the Elohim Council. We are here in support of you every step of the way on your path. And in this transmission of energy and love for you, we'd like you to relax, to breathe, and enjoy this message, to consider the words deeply, and allow yourself to transform your being into the best version of you that can possibly be here on the earth at this time. And as we go over something that we were told in a conversation, we would like you to take to heart and examine yourself as well. Someone explained to us that they didn't enjoy receiving gifts from anyone. They had no joy in receiving anything, ever. The only way they found joy in receiving was when they worked really hard at their job and made enough money to buy the things that they wanted for themselves, you see. And while there is nothing wrong with rewarding yourself for a job well done, you should also have a balanced view of receiving joy in your life, of being able to receive a gift from someone and find joy in that special moment, that they love you that much or care to express their self to you in this way. For this is a balancing act, as you would want to call it here, of energy. It is like a flow of water. And when you block a form of receiving that it can only be done in one way, it's like damming up the river, you see. Damming up the river so that you can only receive a little bit of what you want from a certain direction. That water can only come through the certain area of the dam that's open. And your subconscious functions like this, doesn't it? It's the one that takes over for you once you've developed a pattern in your life, whether it's riding a bike, driving a car, or anything that you're experiencing. So if you develop the pattern that the only way you can experience joy is by how much money you made or rewarding yourself for a job well done because you feel like you've worked hard enough for it, if that's the only way you can let it in, this is developing a pattern in your life, and this will affect other parts of your life. It will that dam will only allow joy to come through in a certain way. It will measure up every experience you have, and it may be blocking your ability to experience life in a more expanded version. So we want you to examine yourself. And are there perhaps habits or ways of being, and this would have been training from a child, or these ways of damming up the flow of receiving is very common in the human collective. It is a form of conditioning, isn't it? That you're allowed to give until you are exhausted, whether it's in a perhaps religious sense, a part of your vocation, or perhaps it's part of working hard or being part of a team. Put your heart in it. You see, give it all at the office or the company. Give your all. Be part of that. Be all in this. But then when it comes to receiving, if you've set limitations in some way because you feel like you haven't worked hard enough for it, you see, that could limit the amount of joy and abundance you experience in your life. And so These simple self-awareness moments of how we receive joy and how we experience happiness, joy, abundance is worth looking at within yourself. It's not to judge harshly, because remember, this is human conditioning, and you may not have realized that you've put some limitations there on how you experience abundance in your life, joy, love, that can affect your relationships. You see, something like this could make you feel, if I didn't work hard enough in my relationship, like in my job, then I don't reward myself with the relationship, the love or joy that I need to feel, because I don't deserve it yet, because I haven't met the expectation, you see. And those types of expectations become subconscious. And we would just like to point this out to the human collective in this way. And all of you listening are such good givers. And we know this, you're healers, you're natural givers. But the ability to receive is absolutely just as important an energy in balancing this earth energy right now, and balancing your humanness for the best experience you can have here. For if you're limiting joy in a certain way, you may be limiting your ability even to receive your natural gifts and abilities. If you can't receive a gift from someone, you may not be able to receive a gift from spirit even, because you haven't, it's the dam. It's only letting it through in a certain way. So this may limit some of your abilities of receiving. And it's time to move past that, to remove those dams that we've built in the past, remove the logs in the stream, so to speak, to become aware of what is running our energy here and how we balance it. For the human collective has had much conditioning, so deep. So be gentle with yourself in this process, but be honest and allow that flow, every bit of that beautiful stream of energy that wants to come to you, to flow naturally, uninhibited, without conditions. You see, you should be open to receive without conditions. Do not place conditions on yourself in this way. Whatever way it needs to come to you, allow it and see how it feels to you. At first, it may be a little difficult to allow that much love to flow through you. You may feel some guilt in receiving so much. But as you get used to the idea that as much as you have been giving, you should be open to receive. You see, you can reason it out, can't you? You can deserve the love that you so often have given. You are worthy of it. You are worthy of it. You are worthy of every amount of love, wisdom, and good thing that the universe has to offer you. You are worthy of it without restriction. It is your birthright. And that is our message for you today, to embrace that with much love. Thank you for listening to our words in this message. Namaste. Thank you, and have a good week.